am just outside of Redwoods National and State Parks, and this morning I'm going to go explore some of the parts that I didn't explore last time. I'm in the Prairie Creek section of Redwood State Park, the Newton B. Drury Scenic Parkway, and I am at the Big Tree Wayside. I can hear lots of families around. They're kind of echoing off of the trees. It's kind of cool. So I made it to the big tree, and there was this post of signs that said big tree and then even bigger trees. So we're gonna go find the even bigger trees. I heard or read somewhere to always turn around while you're hiking to see what you're passing by, because the view is so different depending on whether you're coming or going. I just came upon this. It made me really pause. I am not even sure what exactly is going on here with that piece right there. There's the roots, and then there's the extra tree that's now living. So the original tree, this one right here, seems to have died, and then a new tree is hanging on from the side. And here's that same tree from the other side. I'm just fascinated by it. Oh my gosh, this is just so different from hiking in the Southwest. There's no sun, it's not hot, but it's not cold either. It's perfect temperature for a hike in the woods. You know, the elevation's so much lower than anywhere in the Southwest. Even though I'm not in as good a shape as I normally am, I'm still not as out of breath as I would be if this were up at elevation in the Southwest somewhere. I'm feeling very virtuous today. Last night I stayed at Sand Camp in Six Rivers National Forest. Absolutely no signal out there, AT&T or Verizon. And when that happens, I generally go to bed fairly early. So I was able to use my analog tools, my maps, to figure out where I'm going. One of the things that I did last night was to get out my journal. Turns out that I had not made an entry since November 15th, which is the exact day that I started making these videos. I did manage to remember all of the places that I'd stayed. I'm finding that Instagram is really helpful for that, because I like to do a morning view, and so that helps me know where I've been. One of the primary purposes of my journal is to keep track of how much money I'm spending on camping fees. And so I added that all up last night. So in a little more than 4 months, I spent $149 my first month. And there was one month where I spent $16.50. One thing that I noticed is that it really varies depending on where I am in the country. California is much harder to find free places to stay. Being in the Southwest, where there's tons of BLM land, it's super easy to not spend any money on camping fees. Here's one of those examples of turning around. Because this is an out and back trail, I didn't turn around until the end. But holy smokes, that's cool. So back to feeling virtuous this morning. I went to bed about 9:30 because I didn't have any signal, and I was kind of done doing what I was doing. I reviewed 2017. Boy, I highly recommend doing that if you don't do that with your goal setting, to actually look back and look at your goals from last year at this time, and then compare them to where you are now, because I hit all but one of my goals this year. And I wouldn't have if I hadn't been aware of what I was trying to accomplish. First thing this morning, I got up and did some yoga. Hadn't done that in a long time. Drank my whole water bottle. I think I've been dehydrated for more than a month because I haven't been drinking enough. And then after I finished my water, I made my really good green smoothie that has my supplements in it. So I feel like I'm just on my game today as far as self-care. I stopped here for lunch. These sea lions have been barking at me the entire time. It's pretty enjoyable. I started off the morning in Ferndale at the Humboldt County Fairgrounds. Tried to camp at the casino last night. New Year's Eve, I didn't realize that the casino would be so busy. So, not really a casino person. I am driving between Ferndale and Petrolia. One of the things that I am so grateful for that I'm in a Sprinter van is that this particular road is not advised for motorhomes or trailers. The Sprinter is built for roads like this, where it's mountainous and it's tight turns. Sprinters are really narrow because they're designed to go in these tiny little European towns, mountains, and all over because they're little delivery vans. I just made it down from the top of the mountain hill, I don't know, between Ferndale and Petrolia. Rough road, really rough road, steep grade, 10-mile-per-hour curves. So today I was heading from Ferndale to Avenue of the Giants, and there are much faster ways to get there than the way that I'm going. Do this sometime. Take the longest route that you can, because I had 360-degree views up there. It was gorgeous. Only a handful of cars ever passed me the whole time I was up there, even while I was having lunch. It's just so beautiful, and now I'm in this really beautiful valley. Today has been a day of completely slow travel. I think I've averaged 20 miles per hour. The highway, well, I don't even know if it's really a highway. The road that I've been on all day is, gosh, it's barely a road. I just passed a sign that said rough road, and I'm thinking, wow, this whole road has been rough. I can't even imagine how rough it has to be to put that sign up there. And it was pretty darn rough. The views, it has been the most diverse road I think I have ever driven in my entire life. I've had deep dark forest, I've had prairie, I've had vistas, I've had ocean panoramas, I've had beach, I've had streams, I've had rivers, even a gas well, and a rock quarry, a little town, a couple little towns, just, oh my gosh. Oh, and open fields, farmland, rangeland with free grazing cattle and horses. It has just been spectacular. That rather harrowing drive today of almost 3 hours landed me in the Humboldt Redwood State Park. Wow. Looks like they just paved the road. Man, there's just nothing like driving through these trees. Finally to a spot where I feel comfortable getting out and walking around, so I'm gonna do that. So I'm here at the big tree loop. You have to climb up this tree. This is where it is. So I had some awesome help getting up here from one of the gals going down, and I just needed a hand getting up. So now it's time to cross the river on this tree. Okay, I'm actually gonna try and film this. We'll see how this goes. It's actually pretty sturdy. This is awesome. I managed to cross the river, and now let's go check out the forest. So I'm walking kind of fast through here because it's like 3 something. And so it's getting to the point where I need to find a place to park for the night. The trees just have such an awesome personality. Look at these. Looks like there's people or spirits living in these trees. I am back at the bridge, which is this tree over here. So, do you get up it right here? Or do you climb up on this side? I am going to climb up the end of it. I love the sound of moving water. One of my favorite sounds in the world. That and rain on a metal roof. It's a good thing I live in a metal box now. It gets a little bit slippery on this end. So what I'm going to do is climb up here and then down right there. That was fun. I'm so glad I got out and did that. Just came out of the Humboldt Redwoods State Park, and now we're going through Avenue of the Giants. And it's just a byway off of Highway 101 that you just gotta take. I mean, it's just so much better than being on Highway 101. Kind of like Highway 1 is so much better than being on I-5. We've got another section of Avenue of the Giants here. I love it when the road cuts through the trees so close. That's all I have for this episode. This is part 2 of Redwoods National and State Parks. I really just kind of scratched the surface of this. So there's just so much to this park, and there's so many little chopped up pieces of it. So you could spend probably a week here. Probably like most of the national parks, you really could spend a lot more time than I'm spending. You know, it is definitely on a lot of people's lists for a reason. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous park. There is just a magic about standing in and walking amongst these beautiful trees. This is Joni with TheGalavan. Enjoy your journey.